Hi, everybody, and welcome to the JennScents Aromaversity Cafe. My name is Jennifer Pressimone. I'm the founder of the Aromaversity and the lead instructor here. I wanted to come to you and talk to you today about choosing different carrier oils and how to formulate them when it comes to applying dilution ratios. And so when you're choosing a dilution ratio, you need to do assessment on a few different characteristics. So we're going to look at who are you blending for. So if it is an infant, if it is a child, if it's a teenager, an adult, an elderly person, or somebody with serious health conditions, because that is going to help dictate which dilution ratio that you're going to use. It's also going to dictate which essential oils that you're going to use and in what amounts. For example, somebody who has really thin skin or who bruises easy or that has blood issues or that are taking a blood thinner, you need to use extra caution with the amount of cinnamon that you use. In my experience with myself, with my clients, with my family, looking at people with thin skin or who bruise easy or with blood issues going on and taking blood thinners, using cinnamon increases that. So if they were to hit themselves, they might bleed a little bit more. During that time of month, during the menses, periods seem to be heavier when somebody is using higher amounts of cinnamon. And so we certainly want to use caution that way. So when you're choosing a dilution ratio, we're going to look at the person. We're going to look at the purpose. What is the purpose? If it's stress relief and you need it in the daytime, certainly not making a bath salt for them to put in the bath. Although you could do a bath salt, which would turn into a smelling salt. So you could do a jar with some Epsom salts in there, and they would use it as a smelling salt to help with that. That also helps with nausea, and that's also another way to have a non-electric deodorizer in the bathroom or in a particular area of the house where you need scent and you need something to hold on to that scent. You certainly could do Epsom salt for that. And so that would serve as a bath salt. You could add oil or like an aloe vera gel and turn it into a scrub. You could add it, everything into the jar, leave that sitting out, and that would serve as a room deodorizer or a smelling salt for somebody who needed that. Now, looking at the purpose, that's going to help dictate what application method you're going to use. Based on the application method, then that's going to further help you choose which dilution ratio. Now, I have a standard guideline of a dilution ratio chart that I created for the Aromaversity for my students, and I do share that. So that will be listed in the comments, or you can go on our website or our blog and you can find that. So a couple things to notate is there are different carriers that you're going to be using depending on the application method. And so for that reason, we're going to look at a heavier molecular weight, such as a carrier oil or a cream or a salve. If it has a heavier molecular weight, that is going to hold on to scent much stronger and longer than, say, a liquid, such as a hydrosol or a water solution. So what that means is less is more. You don't need a whole lot in like an Epsom salt because the salts are heavy, the molecular weight is stronger, and so it's going to hold on to scent much more. So you don't need 20 drops in a 2 ounce of Epsom salt. That's way too much. 1 drop is really all you need, but if you're mixing 3 different oils, you might need 3 drops in that amount. When you're using a cream or a salve, that's heavier. Not as heavy as Epsom salt, but it is a heavier molecular weight. So you would use the lower end of the range that I have listed on that dilution ratio chart. When you're looking at the size and you're looking at the person and the application method. A carrier oil is a little bit thinner. It's not as heavy as a cream. So you might need a few extra drops to keep, and maintain a certain scent. And then if you're using a liquid, like if you're making a spray and you're adding in a little bit of, like an alcohol in there as an emulsifier, or vegetable glycerin as emulsifier for the essential oils, and then you're adding in the water on top of that, you might need more essential oil than you would in oil. You would need more essential oil in an oil than you would a cream. And then you would need more oil in a cream than you would in essential or in a bath salt. So we're going to look at the person. We're going to look at the application method. We're going to look at contraindications and safety. And then we're going to look at what is our carrier, because that's going to help dictate on that range, do we use the higher end or the lower end of that spectrum? So those are just some tips, some guidelines to help you when you are using that dilution ratio chart and choosing, how to blend, who you're blending for, and how much to put into your formulation. So thank you guys for joining in. If you have any questions, if you need any clarification on anything, please don't hesitate to ask or to send me an email, and certainly let me know. Take care and have a great day. Happy blending, everybody.